know this is so fucking funny, but oh my god. Grant you is based on just this picture alone. Alone, mind you. A fucking loan. Oh, okay, like, goddamn. Like, this guy's just powerful. And this is like an alternate universe of the verse I'm talking about. Like this universe, the story of my character's Terra 332. This is an alternate version where Godzilla apparently exists and holds dominion. So it's quite crazy. And like you want to know where like the characters that Godzilla technically just upscales from scales, mind you, it's like hilarious. I'm not gonna mention a fact because this was just technically, as it was stated, like these fictionalized stories that kind of we see right now, but in their verse it exists as just little atomic structures, so like they exist but like in only human upscales. By the way, obviously I'm not gonna add an effect. There was a little fucking animated screen of like Godzilla shooting atomic breath to overpower Optimus. I'm not gonna use that because that was just for fun. But I mean, technically it happened in a universe, but I'm not gonna add that in because like this would be you guys and this would be me. Like, don't take it seriously. First thing about this is that Aiden actually shook the ethereal nexus. It upscales the original multiverse that they're in, which is infinite size, type 4 multiverse exists, model realism, blah 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 blah. And this version, like this ethereal nexus, upscales that as like how Violet just calls it a transcendental realm. It's like above the multiverse, and it's like governed by elemental and dimensional primordial energies with its own unique rules and time flow. Okay, and Aiden actually shook it. He didn't destroy it because that wasn't his intention. He could have, but he didn't. But Aiden shook it anyway, as you can see right here. And part of this, and more consistently, you could just read through there. Keep in mind that him, along with other friends of theirs, have been just training, not like going around shit. They got so powerful, like they grew up like this high. Like they don't have a limit on it. Hence the name, the Ascendant Force. If you know what the Ascendant means, basically like growing up powerful, evolve, blah blah blah. And just read what this says. Literally says like universe-ending levels of power output. I know it doesn't sound that much. Obviously, comics, like they say, you're gonna destroy the universe, but then, you know, it's so much higher, you know. I don't want to say the word universal. I already use it in a fucking comment. Keep in mind, Aiden is relative or stronger than the past Obsidian who declared the war on the gods. He fought all the gods, the Chinese, the Greeks, the Norse, Lovecraftian, and more. All of these mythologies exists, right? And like you see here, universes, multiverses, omniverses, and even metaverses were destroyed in the process. And they barely won. And they left so they don't deal with some threat like this. They were like scared and cautious. Even if you mention the word obsidian, they would get chills down their spine. Yet Godzilla fought and killed an alternate version of Aiden. Keep in mind, there is technically Terragoth in that alternate world, where I did explain that he fought this creature who was born from a previous universe named Sephiron. He's based on Space Godzilla and Void Ghidorah. He utilizes supergravity. You guys should know what that scales. And he has the ability to like literally affect you on like a narrative level. And Godzilla technically, well, he only destroyed like the humans, but like at least Godzilla's like relative or maybe stronger. It's just something to really think about. And all of these mythologies exist That means each of the verse and the cosmology buildups that all of these mythology has, it applies to the verse. So it depends where you scale the Chinese, the Greek, the Norse, all these other like mythology, cosmologies. They all apply in this verse. And tag mark exists, like the type 4 multiverses out there. That's actually the main multiverses, or one of many infinite multiverses that's under the ethereal nexus. It's quite insane. So, where do you think this version of Godzilla scales? I'll let you guys explain that at least in the DMs or the comments. So, the string theory exists. You could just read all of this right here, and just read this. I'm not going to explain it all. Okay, you could just take a read at this. And in another picture where we call it a 1,000th dimensional spectrum. It's not just spatial dimensions, about layers of reality itself. Material planes to the very compensation of space and time, extending to the planes and that are virtually inaccessible, where stories and universes exist at the most fundamental physical level possible. It's encompassing all known dimensions, realities with trans-infinite universes. I accidentally said trans-finite, but meant trans-infinite, existing in infinite dimensions. Okay, and obviously it mentions all the mythology exists, so I'm not just talking out of my ass. And he also, Aiden explained that the longer the thing exists, the more stronger it gets. Like, even a rock is more powerful than the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Quite insane. So like I said, just where do you think the Ascendant Force of Godzilla scales?